Shalom, friends. For people of faith, salvation is one of the most profound and complex topics we wrestle with. For many, the thought of how people before Rabbi Yeshua were saved, or how individuals today who have never heard of him can be saved, raises difficult theological questions. I want to begin by acknowledging that this question is not just theoretical, it is deeply personal. When I first came to faith, this is one of the first questions I struggled with. Over time, I found peace in understanding God's justice, mercy, and love, which I hope to share with you today. We will explore this topic through Scripture, Rabbinic commentary, and the teachings of Rabbi Yeshua, all while keeping the two greatest commandments, loving God and loving our neighbors, as our guiding lens. Let us begin by examining salvation for those who lived before Rabbi Yeshua. The Tanakh gives us clear examples of individuals who were considered righteous long before Rabbi Yeshua's earthly ministry. For example, in the book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 6, it says of Abraham, "He believed in God, and he reckoned it to him as righteousness." This foundational passage highlights that salvation has always been rooted in faith and obedience to God. In Jewish tradition, the covenantal relationship between God and Israel provided a framework for righteousness. The Talmud discusses this idea in Sanhedrin 105a, where it is written, "The righteous of all nations have a share in the world to come." This rabbinic teaching underscores that salvation was not limited solely to the Jewish people, but extended to anyone who pursued righteousness. The faith and obedience of individuals like Moses, David, and the prophets foreshadowed the ultimate redemption brought by Rabbi Yeshua. Rabbi Yeshua himself said in the book of John, chapter 8, verse 56, "Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad." This indicates that the faithful of old anticipated the coming of the Messiah, even if they did not know him by name. Many wonder how God's justice applies to those who have never heard the gospel. Scripture provides insight into this question. In the book of Romans, chapter 2, verses 14 and 15, Paul writes, "For when Gentiles, who do not have the law, do by nature the things of the law, these, not having the law, are the law to themselves, in that they show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience testifying with them." This passage reveals that God judges individuals according to the light they have received and their response to that light. Rabbinic tradition similarly emphasizes God's justice and mercy. The Noahide laws, derived from the Talmud in Sanhedrin 56a, outline universal moral principles that apply to all humanity. These laws demonstrate that God provides a path for righteousness, even for those outside of the covenant with Israel. Ultimately, Rabbi Yeshua's sacrifice on the cross made salvation available to all, transcending time and space. In the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6, Rabbi Yeshua declared, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." His redemptive work applies both retroactively to those who lived before him and inclusively to those who may not yet know him. Rabbi Yeshua is central to the question of salvation. His teachings, such as those found in the Sermon on the Mount in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 17 through 20, make it clear that he came not to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. This fulfillment extends to providing a way for humanity to be reconciled with God. Rabbi Yeshua's sacrifice was not limited by time, as Paul explains in the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verses 13 and 14. "If the blood of goats and bulls and the ashes of a heifer, sprinkling those who have been defiled, sanctifies to the cleanness of the flesh, how much more will the blood of Messiah, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without defect to God, cleanse your conscience from dead works to serve the living God?" This eternal nature of his sacrifice ensures that it covers the sins of those before and after his earthly ministry. I understand that grappling with these questions can feel overwhelming. When I first started wrestling with them, I struggled to reconcile God's justice with his mercy. But through prayer, study, and reflection, I came to see that God's plan for salvation is both just and loving. I encourage you to bring your questions before God, trusting that he welcomes our struggles and meets us with his grace. As Rabbi Yeshua said in the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavily burdened, and I will give you rest." Salvation is a testament to God's justice, mercy, and love. Whether through the covenant of the Tanakh, the teachings of Rabbi Yeshua, or the light written on the hearts of all humanity, God has provided a way for us to draw near to him. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more biblical insights. God bless.